It is Friday. It is open Q&A. Anything you want to know about live streaming, anything you might be struggling with, all of the things are on the table today. Paul, that's my super chat. What happened? Wait, what just happened? Okay, I'll tackle that in a second. I see a super chat from Marcus. That's not going to fire because something went wrong. I love Leta. Today was already easier than yesterday. It's so much fun. Thank you so much for doing this. Yes, Marcus, I'm so proud of you. So glad that you are taking action inside of Leta. I will explain what Leta is here in just a second, and I will encourage each and every one of you to join before the doors close. It's a free challenge, but I'll explain that here in just a second. Now, it is Friday. That means open live streaming Q&A. For the first 30 minutes, everybody can ask whatever they want. You just bring your questions, you put a queue in front of your question. That way they get into my queue that is being gathered separately so that I don't miss anything. And don't ask your questions twice. That's rule number 2. Don't ask your questions twice. I get to them in the order that we see them. And also, super chats do take priority, though I need to fix my super chat here in just a second. So if you don't want to wait through the queue, if you don't want to wait, or you just want to support this channel and be a bigger part of the community, you can always super chat and include your question. Once we go into members mode, that means that members can chat. So YouTube members can chat and ask questions and continue the conversation within the tighter knit community. But you as a public can still watch. You can super chat to ask your questions past the 30-minute mark. But if you want to join membership, you can just go to livestreamingpros.com/membership and join there. But also, you can click the join button that is right beside the chat box. And so I'm just gathering, I'm getting access to my, okay, something went wrong. I think the link that I copied for my super chat went wonky. So I'm fixing that right now. Hold on. I think it's because it's coming from Workplace. Facebook does some really weird things. So I just, gosh, come on, Facebook. While I'm editing live, why don't you guys go ahead and ask your questions? Put a queue in front of those questions. Now, Eric just joined Leta. Eric, I cannot wait to see you inside of there. So what is Leta? Well, Leta, and the super chat is fixed if anybody wants to test that. But Leta is live every day in April. And you can join by going to LITAchallenge.com. If you want to gain more confidence on camera, if you want to show up bigger and badder than ever before, whether it's on a live video, whether it's on video, whether it's on a Zoom call, no matter where you're facing the camera, I want to get you more confident. I want you to feel more comfortable being you and authentic. There we go. Thank you, Marcus, for the $5 super chat. All right, so that's what Leta is, and woohoo! There we go. Cheerfully blowing a party horn. Thank you, pair character. So Leta kicked off yesterday. Yes, it's the 2nd. Kicked off yesterday, April 1st. No April Fool's joke. And you will go live inside of a private Facebook group. Inside of that group, I give you prompts every single day. So every day I tell you exactly what to say and what to do. Inside of that group, it is a private, safe environment for you to fail, for you to get comfortable, for you to go through the emotions, not just the motions, but the emotions, and get your confidence intact throughout this. So it is a really cool challenge. People freaking love it. They come back over and over and over to do it, and they get something new out of it every single time. Okay, so lots of questions coming through. Real quick before we do that, because Lamb is the live adrenaline monster. This is the guy we're taming through LITA challenge. He's the live adrenaline monster. He's the guy telling you everything that can go wrong and getting in your head. So I would encourage you to tame that lamb. So inside of our store, guess what Paul just did? And he has like new stickers and t-shirts and mugs that say I tamed lamb. How freaking cute is that? That is the goal through LITA. Oh my God, I'm so excited about that. But yeah, so you have like mugs. We have special pricing on the mugs for the first week. You can choose your different color and everything. Anyway, this is not a pitch, but you guys have just been asking for it constantly. So I thought I have to let you know. I have to tell you about it because y'all have been asking for lamb merchandise. So there it is. It is launched as of today. Let's get to some of the questions. I know, that's so darn cute. It's so darn cute. Okay, 100 watts in a wire. Christian says, how can you preset the colors template of your live chat comments in Ecamm? Okay, well, would you like me to go into demo mode? Okay, so in Ecamm, and if you're not familiar with Ecamm, this is my favorite Mac live streaming software. If you're on a PC, I recommend vMix. And I actually have somebody I'm tapping into for some OBS training coming up soon. So look forward to that. But this is, so like if we're gonna post this comment, right? And then I do have to turn off my super chat in order to edit this, but you can double click on a comment and then you can change your colors. So you can choose the color wheel here, choose a different color, choose like an actual like color of your brand. You can change the background right here, right? So that's how you change that stuff. But so it's really, really super simple. But here's the deal. When you are presetting it, you do have to go live in order to get a comment to show up. So what I always do is I actually just go live privately to myself on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. And then I will just make a comment myself, test, and then I'll edit it and then delete that video. Like it's really super simple. Hopefully they change that so that we can actually access that information without going live to do that. But right now, that's how you got to do it. So let's take a look. And by the way, Stream Deck is acting up for me big time. Nobody else seems to be having a problem except for me with Stream Deck. What's up with that? Come on. So hold on. I was going to go to, let's just go there. Okay. Anyway, so as you guys can see, as you're adding the cues, and I think that my comments actually stopped updating for some reason. So I'm gonna have to pay attention over here. Hold on, let me get all this fixed for you guys because I no longer see your comments inside of Ecamm. Okay, but what's happening is when you ask a question with a Q in front of it, my computer over here, you can see a whole bunch of comments like coming here. This is my team gathering those questions for me. So when I talk about the queue, I'm looking through that queue to make sure that I don't miss any questions. Randy Dickinson asked, how far away are you standing away from your A6100? Do you shoot at f1.4? Yeah, so you can see, you can see right here, I'm actually very close to it, just like, I don't know, what, 1.5 feet. And then I am shooting at f1.4 with a 16mm Sigma lens. And hopefully that answers your question. I do have a lot of space behind me, about 13 feet. You can't really see that, but about 13 feet behind me, I believe. No, not 13. Probably about 11 or so feet behind me. But you can still get that blurred background without that much space. Let's see. Yes, Jim. Yes, the nickname for Streamlabs OBS is Slobs. You're right about that. I always found that funny as well. Okay, next question. And again, if you joined us late, you can just ask any question about live streaming for the next 20 minutes before we go into member-only chat in order to, and comments started coming in again. Okay, from Facebook only. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Anyway, I'm getting Facebook comments. Okay, weird. But yeah, just put a Q in front of your question. If you don't want to wait for the queue or to get into the queue and for me to get to your question, you can always super chat in order to jump right to the top. ElBonfis says, why does Ecamm waste a lot of resources versus OBS with a monthly cost? OBS is working so nice on my iMac. If it's working for you, more power to you. In my experience, Ecamm is a very efficient software, and in fact, more efficient than OBS. But if you somehow are finding the opposite, then just use what works, right? Oh, I just turned Super Chat back on. Thank you, team. So it's a very, very efficient software. So I'm not sure what you're finding or why that's happening. But a lot of people have problems with audio. Audio in OBS is a pain point for most people. That's why I recommend Ecamm and vMix. But they are actually making improvements, with OBS to be a little bit more efficient and easier. Like I said, we're gonna have some OBS training coming up as well. Sammy super chatted. Said, Luria, there's another way to edit comments in Ecamm. After your stream in the overlay settings, you can see the last comment you pulled up and you can edit that comment. Yes, you can do that through the overlays window. But what I was saying, that if you are starting from scratch, you actually have to start by getting a comment in the system, right? So you can definitely use the overlays. The last comment will show up and you can edit that way. Thank you for calling that out, Sammy, and for the super chat. Let's see. Audio. Victor says audio is tricky in OBS. Yes, it is. Let's see. Oh, you're liking, Austin is liking Elgato Wave for making audio easy. Okay, let's see. Back to the questions. Oh my gosh, so many questions already. Okay, Jorge, is it possible to stream to YouTube and Instagram at the same time? I'm a noob. Jorge, no apologies necessary. That is why we have these Q&As. That's why we're here with you. So the question is, can you stream to YouTube and Instagram at the same time? Can you? Should you? Two different questions. There are services out there like Yellow Duck and some others that actually allow you to do so. However, they are kind of hacking the system. And the terms of service on Instagram are unclear at best, but you might be riding the fine line of being out or breaking the terms of service with Instagram if you stream from desktop. They prefer, then that's how they set up. They don't actually open up the API for companies to allow streaming into Instagram through desktop, and so it's phone only. But people have hacked it, is what I would say that they've done. So I am hoping still. I've reached out to Instagram a couple of times. I'm hoping to get some clarification around that, but it's not, you might be breaking terms of service is what I can say. We have a video about that where I break that down on this channel. Hopefully that helps, Jorge. You just be careful about what you're doing when it goes to Instagram. Michael says, I'm still waiting on LITA approval. So if you guys, if you're signing up for LITA, the live every day in April, 30-day free challenge, when you sign up into the Facebook group, you actually Thank you, Einar, for the super sticker. You actually need to answer the 3 questions first. So we need you to answer the questions that we ask when you ask for your approval into the Facebook group. We are very, 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 very harsh when it comes to making sure that we are creating a safe environment. This challenge is where you're getting vulnerable. You're practicing, you're failing in your own words, not mine, because I don't believe you're failing. But you feel like you're uncomfortable and vulnerable while going through this challenge. And that's how you get more confident, is because you're going to go through all of that stuff in a safe environment. There's zero judgment allowed in this group, and it's a very tight-knit community because we're so harsh in making sure that we're accepting only people who are going to provide that safe environment for the other community members. So because of that, it's a great challenge, but because of that, it also means that if you don't answer your questions to get into the Facebook group, we don't approve you. So there you go. Coffee Talk says, I made that mistake. I missed one question and resent it. It's all good. Yeah, you can go back and edit your questions. You can get that done. I just wanted to make sure you know why we're so particular about not accepting everybody who joins. Okay. Like the other day, okay, I just have to call this out. The other day, one of the questions is, do you agree to make this a safe environment for other community members? And we need you to say, we need you to agree wholeheartedly. Somebody said, well, if I'm forced to, then I guess. Like, we didn't accept them because that's not the attitude that we want in this group. So, you know, don't game the system now that I'm telling you this, but I just need you to be genuine and honest with us. And if you get inside and you don't follow that safe environment rule, you're out. Yeah, out of here. Okay, I don't know what that was. Some Stars says the best maximum bitrate for 1080, 60 frames live streaming that includes lots of graphics processor. So we have a video all about bitrate that I would encourage you to watch on this channel. Hopefully we've linked to that for you. It goes into detail about how to think about bitrate. Okay, so go watch that and you'll get your answer from that. J. Marie, how to wire audio input into a Mac. J. Marie, I don't know if are you on an XLR? Do you have a USB mic? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why or what your setup is. So I'll answer it from both perspectives. One, you have if you have a USB mic, it's literally plug and play. You just plug that USB mic into your Mac, and then Ecamm or whatever software that you're using will see that. If you have an XLR mic, you need an audio interface like hitting the wrong button, like a Rodecaster Pro. This is my XLR mic that's going into here. It also gives me some sound effects panels, things like that. And so you need a mixer of some kind, whether that's a fancier Rodecaster Pro or a simple mixer that you can get for, you know, a couple $100. But yeah, that's the way you route into your computer, because then this plugs in via USB into your computer. So, but you need that interface to change from XLR to USB. Hopefully that makes sense. Andy, do you know how deeply cool this is? That's your question, Andy. Do I know how deeply cool what is, Andy? I'm not sure what that was. That's funny. Oh, geez. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, though. If you're talking about this stream, yes. Trolls not allowed. Exactly, Caleb. Exactly. Bonnie says whoever games your system is going to get bounced out. Yes, yes, you will. And that should show you guys, you know, sometimes people get really uncomfortable with setting rules like that because they want as many people in their live show, in their programs and whatever, that they're afraid to take that harsh stance. But I will tell you this, if you ever feel that fear, the results of doing so are so much better, because then you don't have to deal with people who don't adhere to the to the environment that you want to create, to the personality style that you're allowing inside of your world, right? So that's really, really, really important. By the way, I have to show you guys this. I meant to show this to you at the beginning of the show. So you see, I have a little bit of a different, I don't know, did anybody catch on to this? So this is my normal light, and I had to lift it up. Usually it's pointing down at me, obviously. But I had to lift it up out of the way. And now I have two other ring lights like filling my front end, because the bulb went out. My bulb went out. So I got to get on Amazon today and order a new bulb. So that's why the lighting looks a little different, if anybody noticed. I'm not even sure anybody did notice. But yeah, anyway, just had to show you that. Let's get on to the questions again. Eddie, what setup do I need to be able to monitor my broadcast without latency? I use a Samsung Q2U, and hey, Luria, just joined the membership. Eddie, welcome to members. Congratulations. Railbirds think this lighting setup looks better. Huh. Interesting. Really? Anyway. I like that dome light. It's pretty. But anyway, so to be able to monitor your broadcast without latency, if you have the Q2U is a USB or XLR, right? If I remember correctly. But whichever mic that is, if you're running it through, I think it has XLR. If you're running it through something like the Rodecaster, you can I monitor through the Rodecaster, and that gives me real-time monitoring. I will say this, through Ecamm, I have had, the monitor through Ecamm is a little off. It's ever so slightly off. You can adjust that with some delay adjustments. But if you want to do something like, you could get some software that allows you to monitor that real time. What you don't want is any slight delay, because you'll be hearing yourself. That's the big question, is like how you're routing your audio to be able to know how to help you. But hopefully that gives you some guidance there. Toby has the Rodecaster Pro, but we're testing the Zoom P4. Awesome. Let me know what you think about that. A lot of people have been asking about that. Okay. Matt, no. So if I looked warmer yesterday, it was probably just because I had changed the ISO, because my lighting changes. So one of the biggest things, you guys have been seeing the studio build out process in the videos that we've been releasing on the YouTube channel. And I was very specific about not covering up my windows. And I think that this summer, because it's already getting pretty bright, you can see the natural light coming in here. I think I'm gonna have to get some blackout curtains. I'm still making that decision, but there's that. Okay, let me keep going with questions. We have a ton of questions. Holy cow, you guys. And we have only like 6 minutes before we go into member mode. So Eddie, new member. Oh wait, I already answered that. Christopher, how do you set up the preview mode and live mode screens side by side? Well, so what you do is when you get into preview mode, you're going to get this window that pops up. So you can arrange these things however you want. Some people take this window and put it on a completely separate monitor, which is totally fine too, right? Because seeing you double can throw a lot of people off unless you're used to that process. So you just have to enter preview mode. And if you download the latest beta, you'll see that. So hopefully that answers your question. Let me know if not. Bonnie says, I like that back window of natural light, not annoying to me. Yeah, it kind of gets blown out, and it's sometimes not bad. Sometimes it gets kind of bad, but then also these windows over here are throwing a lot of natural light on me and kind of throwing off my control. Okay, next question, Austin. Can you use those comment pop-ups in other SW? What's SW? Can it be exported as a widget? I use OBS. I want to use the comment pop-ups. Austin, I think what you're asking is because OBS doesn't do comments natively, you want to still be able to bring those comments up. Yeah, so I guess I'm not super clear on, you're referring to comments on other software. I'm not super clear on what your question is, Austin. Can you re-ask that and maybe give me a little bit more? Paul, member for 6 months. So many lights. Question, how long does it take you after you're streaming for your eyes to adjust? I have no problem. I've been standing in front of lights brighter than this for 15 years. My eyes are adjusted. Like, I don't have any problem going from looking at lights to not. It's interesting that people ask me that kind of question often. Not just lights, but how long does it take you to kind of reset, come down from the energy of being on camera? And I think that, you know, as you kind of get more experience and do it more and more and more, like that naturally just kind of goes away. It's not a thing anymore for me. Pokegal, I'm using the Sony A6100 camera with the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens. All right, next question. Ron Deering, can you assign a Stream Deck button to show comments? I wish, Ron. But here's the reason that you can't. Because you can't choose. Like, there would be an impossible, unless somebody does something, there would be an impossible transition to like figure out which comment you want to throw. And so maybe you could throw the last comment, but if your comments are coming in consistently, which is what the goal is, right? For that constant flow to happen, then hitting last comment is likely to push a comment out that isn't the comment that you wanted, right? So there's really no way to say like, I want that particular comment from the stream, like for the Stream Deck to know which comment you're talking about from here. It's kind of impossible. So, you know, last comment would be possible, but also probably not very practical. Okay. Can you, American English with this guy, can you change the size of a screen share in StreamYard? No. See, when you are on a level 2 service like StreamYard or Restream, the beauty of those is that they are super simple, super easy, right? The con of those is that they have less functionality. Now, both of those services are adding a lot more functionality consistently. But, you know, like, if you start adding things like the ability to change the screen share, kind of like how I have here, right? So I can adjust the size, the framing. I can do a lot with this. By the way, did you see the lamb mug? I tamed lamb mug, the stickers, all of that. We have new t-shirts in the store. I can't wait to get these stickers in my hands as well. But yeah, I tamed lamb. You guys have been asking for this. So anyway, to answer your question, by the way, this is special pricing for the first week on these mugs. Those will go up. But you can't do that on a level 2. So you can choose which browser or tab or application to share, but you can't really adjust sizing. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Okay, you guys, we have, holy cow, so many more questions and not enough time. We go into members only mode, members only chat mode. You as a public, you don't have to stop watching, But in terms of asking questions, in terms of being a part of the chat room and the community, then you want to go ahead and join the membership. You can join as little as $1.99, and for that, you not only get access to the Friday member chats, you also get special members-only live streams. You get access to, monthly behind the scenes videos, things like that. You get your name in the credits, as you'll see at the end of this video or this stream. So you get a lot of perks, and you get to be a part of this amazing community. PokeGal is joining now. Whoop, whoop. So if you want to keep asking questions, go ahead and do that. Hit the join button beside the chat box. That's hard to say for some reason this morning. Hit the join now button beside the chat box on YouTube, or you can go directly to livestreamingpros.com/membership. If you're watching on Facebook, we're about to say bye to you. You come over to YouTube. Whether you join or not, you can still at least watch. You can get the information. I'm going to keep answering member questions. We still have quite a few of those. Flash in your pan. Welcome to supporter. Thank you for joining. So yeah, get your butt in here. If you're watching on Facebook, move on over to YouTube. Consider asking those questions. If you are watching, Tristan just joined the LSP family. Welcome, welcome. So if you are not interested in joining the membership, you can super chat and still watch publicly, and I will still answer your question as long as you include that in there. Flash in your pan, we got that, thank you. Okay, join us over on YouTube. Facebook, bye! And let me know when we are in member-only mode. Okay, I think we're going into member. Well, let's do the dance. PokeGal, welcome to supporter. We're gonna go into dance mode as we move and transition into members. Welcome, Rodrigo Vidal. Welcome to membership. Okay, you guys, now that you're in member-only mode, that we are, member-only chat, public is still watching. They can super chat to get their question answered. But YouTube members, thank you so much for being a part of the LSP family. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I can't wait to meet all of our newbies. And you can keep asking your questions. So if you already asked your question and were already a member, I've gotten you. So you don't have to re-ask it. But if you have questions, now is the time to put that Q in front of it. Hello, Bob. How are you? French Press said, I just realized that the ears on Abby's bunny costume are floppy. Nice touch. Isn't that so cute? The magical Mr. Paul Dixon, going with the Easter theme. It's so freaking cute. I love that one. When I saw it, I just was, ah! Welcome to all of our new members. Austin BMX is now a member. His Abby pop-up will come here shortly. All right, I'm going to keep answering questions from members who asked them before. And you guys just keep asking questions. Let's keep going. Spirit says, I just purchased a second Cam Link. Woo-hoo. So cute. If you guys are new around here, by the way, that is Abby the Chihuahua. She's my dog, and she is always right back here. Oh, there's her mug of milk. I gave her a little special treat this morning. Some milk. Mike Quinn, thank you so much for the super sticker, for the super chat. Says, I love you all. Have a fab weekend. Are you going somewhere, Mike? Dude, where are you going? Stick with us. We got another 30 minutes at least. Okay, so Spirit says, I just purchased a second Cam Link 4K. Do I remember some conversation about not being able to use two Cam Links in the same production? Please say no. So what you need in order to be able to do so is a powered hub or dock. The CalDigit TS3 is the way most of us go for that. So you'll be able to do so, but you don't want to plug two of the same exact cam links into like your iMac directly. So you do need that powered hub and you'll have more success with it, okay? Okay, Mike says he's not leaving, just thinking ahead. Fair enough. Okay, next question is from Cynical Zombie. I'm now zooming with a Rode USB mic. How do I know if my mic levels are set correctly? Test. So you can see whatever software you're using, you can see in your sound levels what your audio levels are at. So if I get really excited, like I sometimes do, it might go into yellow. Now, my Rodecaster Pro is actually kind of controlling that a bit more than it natively does. But if I didn't have those controls on the Rodecaster, you would see when I would get excited that it would kind of go into the yellow. It did just a little bit there. But if I increase, guys, I'm increasing the audio. Beware. Just beware. Let's see. Okay, so if I get really excited, you can see it going into the yellow. Yellow is okay. A little bit of yellow is okay. But you don't want red. So if you see you popping into the red, then you know that it's way too hot, meaning it'll peak. The audio will peak and it will sound distorted. So what you want instead is to, adjust from there, but then do some tests. Listen to it back. You can do real-time monitoring to hear yourself, but I'm kind of picky that way. I actually like to go live, test it, let other people hear it too, and just get a consensus that the audio sounds really good. Just a little excited. I usually get a little excited. Okay, next question is from Austin, member 1 month. Does the free version of Restream only allow 720 30 frames per second to YouTube, even if I'm using a piece of software like OBS or vMix? I'd have to look at the pricing chart for that specific thing, but I think what you're saying is that the free version says 720 30 frames per second. And so yes, if that's what it says the free version has, even if you're sending a full quality signal from OBS or vMix into Restream, then it'll cap that off, but it'll still, so it'll cap that to the 720 30. So just be aware of that. I'm assuming you're using Restream if you're using OBS or vMix for simulcasting purposes. If you're using vMix, you do have the ability to stream to 3 locations locally if you have enough internet connection to be able to handle that. So if you want that full quality and you have enough internet, you can stream to 3 locations. And then also 1080 is available on the Pro level from Restream. So if you want that full quality, you can up to Pro. I like Pro just because you get so much more functionality, right? I mean, that's with every service when you have a pricing tier. But if you don't have the budget for that right now, then think about whether you have the ability to do so locally. Next question. Okay, Dave, I don't know. Okay. I think I'm at the point where we went into member mode. So I'm just gonna answer the rest of these questions. I think all of these people are now members. Jorge, question. For instance, since I'm a noob, where can we learn for beginners how to make lives using all the stuff like Elgato, what's the best camera, and so on. So if you would like to learn all of the things, I have a workshop for you right here. I walk you through the planning phases. We have training on thinking through what it is you actually want to accomplish and choosing the right gear for your desired outcome. Planning that out, what gear to buy. We give you kits down to the last cable that you need in order to set up your studio so that you don't worry about making mistakes, about buying things that are just going to be a waste of money, that won't work. And then if you want to also join our Streamer Accelerator program, which you have the option of, that adds support inside of our private Facebook membership, where we have Zoom calls weekly. You can ask for help and get support and guidance along the way. So you can just get the DIY workshop, or you can add the support level as well. So hopefully that will help, Jorge. And I would love, love, love to see you in there. So who has who has taken that workshop? Who loves it? What do you guys have to say to Jorge? I just want to make sure Jorge has. When did you add that? We have an Easter egg. That is so cute. Okay, so Paul, the magical Mr. Paul Dixon, if you guys don't know, he's our graphic designer. And he does things like this during the shows all the time. And I'm like, where did that come from? I love that he can do that remotely and just like surprise me with things. He does that all the time. It's so fun. I'm like watching the Easter egg now because I feel like it's going to hatch. I feel like something's just going to like pop out of it at any moment. All right. Let's see. Tristan, who is a new member. Oh, that's free. The Easter egg is free with Stream Elements. Nice. That's not even something Paul did. That's cool. He just added it. Love it. Oh, nothing's going to pop out, he says. Don't let me down, Paul. All right. Tristan says, this might be too big of a question to answer here, but what advice would you have for somebody who wants to make a career more on the production of live streaming? Tristan, that's a great question. You're right. It is very in depth, but I will try to answer you as briefly as I can while also giving you massive value. So in terms of making a business essentially out of producing live streams, first and foremost, you got to make sure that you can do it. I don't know how much experience you have doing so. I'm assuming that you are really good already, and that you're like, I have this talent and skill, and why not do this for other people and make a business out of it, which is fantastic. But as long as you have the skills, like, don't try and charge for something that you don't feel confident in, because when it comes to actually producing for other people, you need to understand that live is live. We all know this. Things are going to go wrong. You need to have the confidence in your own skill that you're going to be able to deal with things that go wrong, and at the same time, make sure that the client either never knows or feels confident in your ability to make it happen and work even when things are going wrong. I always tell people up front, this isn't going to be a perfect stream. Like, I mean, obviously, we're going to try and make it, right? But like, I always set the expectations that something is likely to go wrong and during that production. And so when it does, they know that I'm on top of it, that we are going to take care of it, that they need to just let us fix things and not freak out, right? So like, setting expectations is a massive part of producing for other people, especially when they're paying you to do so. And then you got to start building your reputation. And you can do that a number of ways. You can do that by being out there creating content and saying, by the way, if you want me to do this for you, here's how. Right? That could be a call to action for you within your own content. You could teach and then offer that as an option. There are so many different ways that you can do that, or you can use the back-end networks that you're building, relationships, things like that, and offer those services. You can run Facebook ads. I mean, there are so many different ways you can go about finding clients. I hope that helps. I mean, again, that is a super in-depth discussion, but does that help, Tristan, at least get you started down that path? Please let me know. Paul says he thought about having Abby hatch out of an egg, but that would have been a bit much. I think that would have been perfect. Paul, I feel like you're being lazy. Just joking. Wow. Tristan says, yes, that helped a lot. Okay, fantastic. Good, good, good. Caleb says, any show that's live equals small mistakes. Those on TV even confess to it. Yes, every single stream. Like, it's more likely that you're gonna have mistakes. Even me, I was fiddling around during the countdown. My buttons weren't working, right? Things like that. So, you know, you have things that will go wrong, and it's okay. You just need to have confidence that you know how to troubleshoot when those things go wrong. PokeGal, I find myself losing viewers. I don't know how to keep them interested. Any recommendations? PokeGal, what is your content? Is it around Pokemon? I know that that's probably like, I'm just assuming there. I would need to know a little bit more, but if you've gained an audience and you're losing them, then chances are they're getting bored with the content itself, or you're not delivering massively on your uniquely you personality. And if that's the case, then I would highly encourage you to join LITA. I think you already said that you did join LITA. But if you're not in the LITA challenge, that is the place to go to learn how to amp up your personality, how to tap into those engaging factors so that people are engaged and they stick around. But when it comes to content, you need to look at what were you doing before and what are you doing now? Is it exactly the same and there's no oomph? There's no reason to stick around because they already know the same information, or it's not progressing for them in some way? Or is it that, you know, like it could be a multitude of different things, and honestly, I'd have to see in order to know for sure. But I think that those are the things that I would start with looking at, is from a content perspective and from a personality perspective. How can we massage, how can we adjust and amp up both of those things so that you have more engaged viewers? So engagement comes in a lot of different forms, but it starts with your personality and how you present on camera. So Poke, can you confirm, are you in? I don't see. I would love to know what your content is, and also I would love to see you inside of LITA. Confirm for me, chat. Tell me if you are in LITA so that we can start to help you through that process. Austin says, does any of the new programs like Ecamm and StreamYard allow their features to be used in other programs or only within their native live stream? Slobs allows all these features used in OBS. Got it. Oh, I was like, something changed. What happened? I saw something out of the corner of my eye change. Now we have full grass and an Easter egg. Nice. Isn't that fun to watch things change on the fly? Especially when I don't know what's happening. Okay. Let's see. So, no. Okay. What you can do in Ecamm, for instance, is if there was a reason that you needed to do this, you could send your Ecamm production to Zoom or to StreamYard or Restream, and then, you know, go from there. That's, you know, I stream directly from this into Restream for simulcasting purposes, but no, not really. Like, you can't really use those features or functionality inside of other programs, like export that out. So I get where you're going there now. Thank you for the clarification. But yeah, if I understand fully, there's nothing that you're going to be able to use and take into something else entirely. Tristan, new member. This might. Oh wait. Oh, I just answered that. Tristan, sorry about that. I was like, oh, Tristan, another question. It was the same question. Okay. Sammy is in LITA. Of course, Sammy is in LITA. Let's see. I'm just checking. Did PokeGal leave us? I feel like PokeGal left us. I want to hear from her. Okay. ElBonfis. Am I saying your name right? How much speed do I need for my internet to stream to 3 places? Okay, so generally speaking, and this isn't going to be exactly what you need, but generally speaking, you're going to want to have around 10 megs up per stream that you're going to. That'll give you plenty to work from. You can do it with less, but let's say you have, let's say you have 10 megs and you're trying to go to 3 locations and you're pushing big bit rates. Nice. I'm not sure if he's cute or evil. What say you guys? Cute or evil? Let me know. So you're not going to be able to like really have a solid stream doing 10 megs to 3 locations with a high bit rate. Like that's just not going to happen. So, 10 per stream is your goal. You can get by with a little less. Pop goes the bunny. I don't know. What you think it's both evil and cute? Oscar says evil. I'm kind of getting an evil vibe from this bunny, even though he starts off looking cute. And then I'm like, wait, that looks like a pretty evil looking smirk. I think he has something up his sleeve. All of a sudden, comments started coming back. Okay, Bunny looks like a surfer staring into production lights. Oh gosh. Look, too much candy. Yes, you're right. Why does this happen? That is so interesting. I'm gonna have to do that. There we go. That's so much better. It's the triangle eyes. Now we got pure not today Satan vibe. Now he's cute. Now he's super, super cute. Is there a workshop that we could submit 2 or 3 minutes of our show or content for a critique, or is this where LITA is beneficial? So inside of our Streamer Accelerator program, you can actually, upload something and allow us to help critique that, Eddie. So that's our private membership, Streamer Accelerator, and you can get that at livestreamingpros.com/streamer. Now, inside of LITA, the benefit, and that's LITA is free, but the benefit of that is that I'm giving you prompts and you're practicing and you're pushing yourself and you're challenging your own, capabilities. We don't focus on critiques inside of LITA. We focus on encouragement to look at yourself from a perspective of you hate this and we as viewers actually love it, right? So that's a common thing. We can't offer critiques to everybody inside of LITA. And I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, but when you are asking for a critique, what we're doing inside of LITA is actually helping you to focus on the strengths that you have. And that gets you confident on camera. Does that make sense? So because we have, wait, but Poke, I answered your question. Did you see? I answered your question. But okay, have fun in your Zoom meeting. I look forward to seeing you next time. I hope you saw the answer to your question. Whoa! No! What's happening right now? No, Paul, no. Wait, did he just kill the bunny? Like, what just happened? The Grim Reaper just killed the bunny, I think. That's evil. What just happened? The bunny is dead. That's not a wabbit. Guess who's here? Callie's gonna go pee. Abby was very excited to see Callie. Abby and Callie have a special connection. Baby death. Okay, Dad, I accidentally killed Easter. I know. Callie comes in and Abby wakes up. Abby's like, oh, now there's something to pay attention to. Now we have no bunny. The bunny died. The Grim Reaper went away to go get somebody else. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to ask. Callie, Did you bring coffee and cookies for everyone? Renee wants to know.
When will you understand it's eggs? It's eggs.
I hope y'all can hear her.
Why is there a mug here?
Oh, because I gave her a milk treat. You can put it on the counter. I just forgot to pick it up. She likes milk. To be fair, the bunny was a thief. Why was the bunny a thief? Why? What? Woohoo! Super chat. There's the Abby bunny. Sammy wants to know how Bird's doing.
She's at the vet.
She's at the vet. She dropped her off at the vet. She's gonna pick her up when they how long did they say?
They didn't.
Oh. But they wanted you to just drop her off and let them do their thing.
Yeah, because she has to have all these tests run.
Oh.
So they might have to have her for the weekend. I don't know.
Jeez.
I know. Hopefully not, though.
Okay.
Hopefully not.
Well, we go from bunny and Grim Reapers to dog at the vet. Wow. Just what kind of show is this? What just happened?
I have FOMO right now.
You haven't been a part of the show all day.
I know. I have FOMO.
Can we get a Grim Reaper on Super Chat? Oh. Yeah, it's a repeat issue for Birds, unfortunately. So they're gonna figure this out. Guess this is a variety show. We just turned into a variety show. Do we still have questions going? Sammy wanted to know, is it good that a lot of things are automated in Ecamm? You mentioned you mentioned that you have everything automated in Ecamm so that you're not using your Stream Deck as much. I noticed that. I'd be interested to hear more about what things you're automating. Are you using, countdown timers to kind of transition from scenes? Like how are you functioning with that? And in order to answer whether that's good or not, the only question you need to answer is, Callie forgot to close the bathroom door. The only question that you need to
Pick
answer.
up the mug. Close the door. Don't forget my eggs.
The only thing that we need to answer if it's a good thing is it working for you? Is it functioning properly? Are you better off because things are automated and you're not having to think about production? If so, then more power to you, and yeah, it's a good thing. Now that Callie is here, the real show can start. Oh, geez, you guys are funny. The grass is empty. It's kind of creepy. Paul, we need something in the grass. It's just weird to have some grass. We need something. Paul's over there being like, damn you. Like, I've done everything. I've done all the things. And you don't like any of them. Callie's hair is wild again. Oh, they want a lawnmower now. Okay. Let me get back to a real question that I saw come through. Poor Austin. I think Austin is, no, you've been around, but you're a new member. You're like, what did I get myself into? I'm a gaming channel and I just got a standing desk and have been having fun standing and talking for a bit on stream. I want to maybe do a long chat session stream. Any tips on setting it up? Fantastic. I love standing. I stand that way. I mean, because I dance, like that's really hard to dance inside of a chair for me because I got to move. But congratulations on that standing desk. Hopefully it's an automated one so that if you are having a long chat session, maybe you can lower that and raise it as you decide. There we go. We got 2 eggs now that aren't creepy. So that's good. But also for standing desk, I have a tall bar chair. That's what I use. So if I'm in a long session and I do get tired and I'm just like, I just want to, or maybe I'm just tired that day and I'm just like, I just don't want to stand. My desk doesn't move down. It's not automated. So I just hop on in my chair and then just kind of reposition myself. And I've set the height so that it looks, the framing is the same as when I'm standing. Oh, you got an uplift. Perfect. So then you can go up, you can go down. If you feel like making that movement during your production, if it's a chat session, people won't mind that at all. Or you can get a big tall chair like me. Is that answer your question, or were there other questions around, you know, making that, excuse me, chat session? Whoops. Should have muted. Anyway, any other questions around that, Austin? Great idea, Luria. Yes, I love my electric desk. I used to love I had electric desks all over my house. But when I came here, I didn't want the cables. Speaking What is Santa doing here? Did Easter and Christmas just combine? What just happened? Well, that's unexpected. Oh my God, Paul is awesome. Okay. Eggnog. That's all sorts of wrong. Oh boy. Now Renee is saying Santa is creepy. I don't think Santa's creepy. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, cables. Okay. You all know the cable saga, right? So I had this desk custom built, right? And I can show you, like, so it's custom. It's all wood. It does not go up and down. You can see the cable mess over here, right? So Callie came over today to help me finalize the cables, because we've gone through different phases of getting the cable management stuff. But I have the final video that I'm doing in the studio build series, brought to you by Ecamm, where I have to shoot that tomorrow morning at 10. So Callie's here to help me finalize the whole cable management system. It's kind of gone like in phases, and I actually wound up having you'll have to watch the video. I'm just going to tell you to watch the video. I love my desk too. It is freaking awesome. Santa does not want cookies. He wants eggs. Callie speaks. You have 3 motorized desks in your office. Cable management was a serious pain in the arse. Totally. Okay. The 5 stages of cable management: denial, anger, depression, Amazon orders, acceptance. I think that's about right. Okay. That's awesome. Austin, you should totally post a picture of your cable management setup with the uplift, because I think that that's one of the biggest issues, is the whole like openness. That's what I didn't want. I didn't want openness and a bunch of cables, and that's really difficult to do with those open desks. That's why I had this one built. Yeah. So, okay. This is the hilarious thing. I built this desk, right? And we had this perfect plan. I didn't build the desk. Mario built the desk. We built this desk, generally speaking. I helped hold some pieces of wood together. I mean, I think that counts, right? But we had this whole plan for a cable shelf in the back so that it was invisible. So all cables were invisible. Then it didn't work out because it was too small. All of the power cables and all of the, I had a couple of words. A couple of bags. Anyway, there was too many cables, too much bulk, and it didn't work. So power strips. That's the word I was blanking on. And so we had to rebuild the cable shelf, and now the cable shelf kind of gets put into an actual shelf with like there are kind of like pieces that it goes into, and and then I that actually takes like 3 people to put together, like to put the shelf into place. So it definitely didn't turn out like I anticipated it to, but it still will be beautiful. Okay. I saw Austin ask a follow-up question. Hold on, I'm scrolling back. Oh no, I missed it. Hold on. Austin's follow-up question. You said you should have asked something else, and then I just was on a tangent. Should have asked, how should I promote it since it's way different than gameplay stuff, but just want to talk games? Great question. Okay, so what you want to do, if that's like a special event, then build buzz towards it for 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how big of an event it is, right? If it's just a chat type of thing, I would say 2 weeks would be a great period of time to promote towards it. Get it scheduled if you can. I don't know what platform you stream on. Or have a short URL that links to it that people can, put it on their calendars. They can save that link. They can bookmark it. That way you're building buzz towards it. They need to understand that this is a special thing, that instead of gameplay, they're going to get to hang out with you and the rest of the community. Maybe you have some prizes or giveaways or things that you can kind of build a community event around. Tap into the FOMO, fear of missing out, so that people don't want to miss it. They want to make sure that they feel like they have to be there. It has to be something that they're a part of, because they're getting something that doesn't typically happen. So build buzz, mention it often, create some promo graphics that you can put out on your social channels, wherever people are following you, things like that. So hopefully that'll help you promote towards it. But yeah, you just really want to tap into that like specialness of it, right? Tape power strips to the bottom of tabletop, then all power bricks can also be taped to desktop too, makes it very clean. Who's gotten their I Tamed Lamb mug? Callie, are you happy?
For the lamb thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still want that shirt.
Huh?
I have to make a shirt.
Oh, you have a shirt in mind? Oh. Why didn't you send that to Paul already?
I've been busy.
She's been asking Paul for lamb merch, just like you guys have.
And it's beautiful.
And she's so excited. Now she also has an idea in her own head. I did not know this. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. So maybe more lamb merch coming soon. But if you don't have your mug, then you can get it right here. This is actually, we've lowered the price versus what we'll have it at normally for the mug. And you can get it in different colors, like on the inside, outside. You can get stickers. I'm going to get a big sticker, t-shirts. I tamed lamb. Oh my gosh. The left hand versus right hand mug. I got to tell you, I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they do that. Lamb is so cute. It is. So you just go to livestreamingpros.com/store and go to the merch section. And you can get the new Lamb stuff. So if you don't know what Lamb is, that's a live adrenaline monster. He's the monster in your brain telling you everything that's going to go wrong during your live stream. And you got to tame him. That's how you get more confident on camera. And if you want to be more confident on camera, this is where you go. This ends, not ends, sorry. It ends April 30th. But we don't accept any new people coming into the challenge after April 6th, correct?
Right, yeah.
Right. April 6th is our cutoff deadline. So get on in there. We've already started. We're on day 2. Day 3 tomorrow. You gotta get there and get started and caught up. You're not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Mugs are healthier than chocolate eggs, by the way. It's true. It's a very good point from Paul. You know, don't get caught up in the Easter egg chocolate hunt. No. Just get your mug where you can put chocolate milk and still take advantage of the chocolateness. Ordering the lamb mug now so I can make Georgia use it on camera. Nice! I can't wait to see. Don't eat chocolate eggs. Eat a mug. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go because I have to do cables now. Cables. I'm not looking forward to this. Callie, can we procrastinate?
Yeah, let's get food.
Let's get Easter egg chocolates.
And chocolate mugs.
And chocolate mugs. Let's go buy a whole bunch of stuff instead of doing cables. What are you guys doing for the rest of your weekend? My favorite. I spend way too much time doing cable management. Oh, our Easterness went away. Oh, now I have to leave. You guys, thank you so much for your awesome questions. Welcome to our new members. I hope that you didn't get scared away from the craziness. Oh, we have credits. You guys who are members. Now, if you just joined today, of course, you're not in the credits today, but we update them every couple weeks. Easter is over, back to work. Wow, cracking the whip. Wow, Paul, just so mean. You're so mean to me. Making more puppets all weekend here. Nice. I'm shooting a video Luria and Devin told me to make. Ooh, we need to talk about that, Renee. Anyway, all right, we're dancing this baby out. Thank you all so much. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.